പുറത്തു വന്നുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നു. ഒപ്പം തന്നെ മാധ്യമങ്ങളോട് സംസാരിക്കുന്നതും ഒമാനിൽ മസ്കറ്റിലെത്തിയ അദ്ദേഹത്തിന്റെ ദൃശ്യങ്ങൾ ഇപ്പോൾ ഒരു പ്രാദേശിക ചാനൽ സംപ്രേഷണം ചെയ്യുന്ന ദൃശ്യങ്ങളാണ് ഇപ്പോൾ മനോരമ.
First visuals there of Father Tom coming out of that plane, and he's presently in Muscat. So these are visuals coming our way from Muscat. Father Tom, finally a free man, a man who's been freed by consistent efforts of the government of India, and he is speaking out now. His first reaction.
وأرجو من الله أن ينعم على جلالة السلطان قابوس بالصحة والعافية لأعوام عديدة وللشعب العماني كذلك. أود أن أشكر أخواني وأخواتي الذين دعوا لي بالأمن والسلامة لحياتي، وأشكر جميع من دعوا الله لأجلي لتجاوز هذا الأمر.
تقدير لحضرة صاحب الجلالة السلطان قابوس بن سعيد المعظم حفظه الله ورعاه داعيا الله.
So that was Father Tom, his first reaction there playing out on NewsX. Father Tom thanking Sultan Qaboos. He was rescued. Remember, he has been flown down to Muscat. So these are pictures coming in from Muscat. These shots are from Muscat, where Father Tom is essentially is. Let me quickly bring in Strategic Affairs Editor Ashish Singh, who joins me over the phone line with the latest. Ashish, so we see Father Tom thanking Sultan Qaboos.
That's right. The first visuals of Father Tom arriving in Muscat through this aircraft. You can see this Royal Air Force. It basically means that the government knew of the agencies were involved. It was not brought by the commercial airline. It was some chartered plane that appears, and this exact location where Father Tom is appears more like a palace of Oman. It appears that the Omani king, Mr. Qaboon, Sultan Qaboon, has personally taken care of Father Tom. And the statement, the first and the only bite rather that Father Tom has given is thanking Omani King Sultan Qaboon. That once again proves our newsbreak that Oman King Sultan Qaboon was the most important player in as far as the entire rescue operation of Father Tom is concerned. Also, the chartered aircraft that has been used, as you can see, is a Royal Air Force. It basically is of Oman, and there is a special aircraft that was arranged for Father Tom to be rescued from Yemen till Muscat. As we speak, Father Tom is in Muscat. He will reach India, but only after completing the basic required standard operating procedure of medical assistance, and secondly, initial diplomatic travel document that is required. I'm told that the Indian diplomats have reached the palace of Oman King. They are in touch with Father Tom. As we speak, they are providing the required very basic documents for Father Tom to be brought to India as soon as possible.
Right. Ashish, also, you know, any timeline there as to by when we can expect Father Tom to actually land in India? As you were pointing out, that there are formalities and health checkups that need to be done and completed, but any word there coming in from the ME authorities by when we can expect Father Tom to land back in India?
So what the ME authorities have informed that it's going to take few days. Remember, someone who's been in the ISIS captivity for almost 1.5 years cannot be subject to long travel. Now, why is that done? Is because the medical condition, the fitness is one major issue. In case of Father Tom, I'm told since he's a senior citizen, he will first be given medical assistance, a couple of days of rest, and once that is done, then he will be given the required basic travel documents for him to travel to India. Indian government, whether it will send a special charter plane or Father Tom will be brought in the commercial airline, is something that has not been informed by the Ministry of External Affairs. But he's not landing in India in next few hours. It's going to take a few days, maybe a day or two, because of the health assistance and the diplomatic procedures required for Father Tom to be brought.
Right. So, Ashish, you're clarifying that point, that as we were being told earlier that possibly we were expecting Father Tom to land in India later today evening, but that definitely isn't happening. You say that there are formalities which need to be completed, and yes, he's a man who's been captive for very long now, and then finally he's walked free because of the persistence of the government of India, which engaged in diplomatic talks with different countries. And today we see that, yes, these visuals tell us that he is there in Muscat. So you are saying, Ashish, that it might take a few more days before Father Tom can actually land in India.
That's right. It might take a few days. What is important here is to understand that the entire operation has been, the rescue operation of Father Tom has been done in an extremely secret manner. No one was aware about it, whether just the diplomatic aspects were involved, or there was some local military angle, or there was some kind of deal that has been struck. We have seen in the case of Somali pirates, the UPA government had struck some deal with the Somali pirates, the local clans of Somali pirates. But here in Yemen, the Father Tom was in ISIS captivity. It would not have been possible just through engaging ISIS terrorists through diplomatic channels and getting rescued. So obviously that was not just the possible option. There were a few other aspects involved as well, whether the Indian military pressure, whether it was through the Yemen or through Oman or through the Saudi Arabia. Remember, there are 3 more countries other than India that have been involved in the entire rescue operation of Father Tom. Maybe more details will emerge once Father Tom lands in India. Saurabh?
Right, Ashish, as you were pointing out that clearly, a lot of effort has gone behind the scenes, and today we see that the efforts have finally borne fruit there. But also help us understand, Ashish, this is indeed a big day for all of us here in India. Father Tom is a free man, and it's a huge victory for Indian diplomacy as well. It shows India's might on the world stage once again.
Yes, Saurabh, it's not just one country. When you make 3 more other countries equally concerned about the safety of one Indian national, it shows India's might. And as we mentioned earlier, it's not just a normal country that we deal almost on a daily basis. It's not a Bhutan, it's not a Nepal, it's not a Sri Lanka. We are talking about Saudi Arabia, Yemen, Oman. These are the countries which do not deal with Indian government on a daily basis, and not much of economic dependence
Right,
is involved.
Ashish, just request you to stay on with us because we're getting in multiple reactions. In fact, let's play out the reaction that we've got from Cardinal Clemis. Listen to what he had to say.
That Father Tom Uzhunnalil is released. Thanks be to God for all his blessings. And on behalf of the Church in India, I thank the Government of India and all the officials who were involved in the process of dialogue. And it was a matter of sorrow and pain for us that one of us, Indian citizen, a Christian, and a priest who has dedicated his life for the entire humanity, serving the poor. Finally, the truth has been vindicated, and we have the glad news of his release. And I wish him and his family God's abundant blessings. And once again, I thank the government officials and the Government of India for taking such a heroic step of negotiations and dialogue with countries like Yemen and so on. And when we have more details about his release and his whereabouts now, we will let you know in detail. Thank you.
ഒമാന്റെ ഇടപെടൽ അതിന് വളരെ സഹായകരമായി എന്നും പറയുന്നുണ്ട്. ഏതായാലും സന്തോഷകരമായ വാർത്ത തന്നെ. ബാക്കി കാര്യങ്ങൾ പിന്നെ അറിഞ്ഞിട്ട് നമുക്ക് പറയാം. കേന്ദ്ര സംസ്ഥാന സർക്കാർ കൈമാറുക എന്തെങ്കിലും ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ടോ അദ്ദേഹത്തിന്റെ വരവുമായിട്ട് മോചനം സംബന്ധിക്കുന്നുണ്ടോ? ഏതായാലും നമ്മൾ വിവരം ഇപ്പൊ അറിഞ്ഞല്ലോ എല്ലാവരും.
So major diplomatic win there for India, and we'll have to wait and watch and to figure out as to when Father Tom finally lands back in Kerala. On that note,